Post speedily to my lord, your husband. Your husband. Show him this letter. The army of France is landed. Seek out the traitor, Gloucester.
Hang him instantly.
Pluck out his eyes.
Leave him to my displeasure. Edmund, keep your own sister company. Lord vengeance we bound to take upon your traitorous father are not fit in your beholding. Advise the Duke where you are going to be most visnate. Preparation, we are bound to the light. Our post shall be swift and intelligent betwixt us. Farewell, dear sister. Farewell, my lord of Gloucester. My lord of Gloucester hath conveyed him hence, from 5 or 6 and 30 of his knights. Hot questress after him met him at gate, who with some other of the lord's dependents are gone with him toward Dover, where they boast to have well-armed friends.
Farewell, sweet lord and sister.
Edmund, farewell. Though we may not pass upon Gloucester's life, with the form of justice yet our power shall do courtesy of our wealth, which men may blame but not control. Who's there? The traitor?
In grateful foss to see.
Bind fast his corky arms. Thank you, servant.
What means your graces? Good, my friends, consider, you are my guests.
Bind him, I say.
Hard, hard, O filthy traitor.
Unmerciful lady as you are, I'm none.
To this chair, bind him. Villain, thou shalt find.
By the kind gods, 'tis most ignobly done to pluck me by the beard.
So white and such a traitor.
Naughty lady, these hairs which thou dost ravish from my chin will quicken and accuse thee. I am your host. With robber's hands my hospitable favor should not ruffle thus. What will you do?
Come, sir, what letters have late from France?
Be simple answered, for we know the truth.
Oh, well, and what confederacy have you with the traitors that late footed the kingdom?
To those hands you have sent the lunatic king. Speak.
I have a letter guessingly set down, which came from one that's of a neutral heart, and not from one opposed.
Cunning.
And false.
What hast thou sent to the king?
To Dover.
Wherefore to Dover? Wast thou not charged at peril?
Let him answer that.
I am tied to the stake, and I must stand the course.
Wherefore to Dover, sir?
Because I would not see thy cruel nails pluck out his poor old eyes, nor thy fierce sister and his anointed flesh take boorish pangs. The sea, with such a storm as his bare head and hell-black night endured, would have buoyed up and quenched the stellar fires. Yet poor old heart, he hoped the heavens to rain. If wolves had at thy gate howled that stern time, thou shouldst have said, Good porter, turn the key. All cruels I'll subscribe. But I shall see the winged vengeance overtake such children.
Ah, see that shall never. Fellows, hold the chair. Upon these eyes of thine I'll set my foot.
He that will think to live till he be old, give me some help. Oh, cruel, oh, you gods.
One side will mock another, the other two.
If you see vengeance.
Hold your hand, my lord. I have served you ever since I was a child, but better service have I done to you. Ah.
Have down your dog.
Nay then, come on and take chance of anger.
Give me thy sword and peasant stand up thus.
Oh, I am slain, my lord. Yeah, I love to see the bishop of him. Oh.
I'll see you, vengeance.
All dark and comfortless, where is my son, Edmund? Edmund, and kindle all the sparks of nature to quit this horrid act.
O treacherous villain, thou canst on them call and hate thee. It was made he that made the overture of thy treason to us, who is too good to pity thee.
Oh, my follies, then Edgar was abused. Kind gods, forgive me that and prosper him.
Go thrust him out the gates and let him smell his way to Dover. How 'tis, my lord, how look you?
I received a hurt. Follow me, lady. Turn out the eyeless villain. Throw this slave upon the dog hill. Reagan, I bleed a space. Untitle me hurt. Give me your arm.
Yet better thus, and no to be condemned, to the still condemned to be flattered, to be worse. The lowest and the most dejected thing of fortune, stand still the aspirant, live not in fear, but the lamentable change from the best. The worst returns to laughter, from then unsustainable air that I embrace. The wretch that thou hast blast tones onwards owes nothing to thy blast. But who comes here? My father poorly led. World, world, oh world, but the strange mutations I hath thee life yet yield to age.
Oh, my good lord, I have been your tenant and your father's tenant for these 80 years.
Away, get thee away. Good friend, be gone. Thy comforts can do me no good at all. Thee they may hurt.
Alack, sir, you cannot see your way.
I have no way, and therefore want no eyes. I stumbled when I saw. Full oft to seen our means secure us, and our mere defects prove our commodities. O dear son Edgar, the food of thy abused father's wrath, might I but live to see thee in my touch, I'd say I had eyes again.
How now, who's there?
Oh God, who is I can say I am the worst? I am the worst ere I was.
'Tis poor my Tom, sir.
And worse I may yet be. The worst is not. So long as we say this is the worst.
Fellow, where goest?
Is it a beggar man?
Madman and beggar too.
He has some reason, else he could not beg. In the last night's storm I such a fellow saw, which made me think a man a worm. My son came then into my mind, and yet my mind was then scarce friends with him. I have heard more since. As flies to wanton boys are we to the gods. They kill us for their sport.
How should this be? Bad is the trade that must plays their sorrow, angering itself to others. Bless thee, master.
Is that the naked fellow?
Aye, my lord.
Get thee away. If for my sake thou wilt overtake us, hence a mile or twain in the way to Dover, do it for ancient love, and bring some covering for this naked soul, which I'll entreat to lead thee.
Alack, sir, he is mad.
'Tis the time's plague when madmen lead the blind. Do as I bid thee, or rather do thy pleasure. Above the rest, be gone.
I'll bring him the best pearl that I have. Come on with that.
Sirrah, naked fellow.
Poor Tom's a cold. I aside dubbed it further.
Come hither, fellow.
And yet I must bless these sweet eyes, they bleed.
Knowest madmen lead the blind. Do as I bid thee, or rather do thy pleasure. Above the rest, be gone.
I'll bring him the best pearl that I have. Come on, what will?
Sirrah, naked fellow.
Poor Tom's a cold aside, I cannot dub it further.
Come hither, fellow.
And yet I must bless thee, sweet eyes, they bleed.
Knowest thou the way to Dover?
Both stile and gate, horseways and footpath. Poor Tom has been scared out of his good wit. Bless thee, goodman's son, the foul fiend. 5 fiends have been in poor Tom at once of lust. The Hobbit cut, and Prince of Darkness, Mahu of stealing, Modo of murder, Fiber Gidbet of mopping and mowing, and since possess the chambermaids and waiting women, so bless thee, master.
Thou whom the heaven's plagues have humbled to all strokes, that I am wretched makes thee the happier. Heaven's deal so still. Let the superfluous and lust-dieted man that slaves your ordinance that will not see because he does not feel your power quickly. So distribution should undo excess, and each man have enough. Dost thou know Dover?
Aye, master.
There is a cliff, whose high and bending head looks fearfully in the confined deep. Bring me but to the very brim of it, and I will repair the misery thou dost bear with something rich about me. From that place I shall no leading need.
Give me thy arm. Poor Tom shall lead thee.
Welcome, my lord. I marvel our mild husband not met us on the way. Then it is the cowish terror of his spirit that dares not undertake. He'll not feel wrongs which tie him to an answer. Our wishes on the way may prove effects. Back, Edmund, to my brother. Hasten his musters and conduct his powers. I must change names at home and give the distaff into my husband's hands. This trusty servant shall pass between us. Ere long you are like to hear, if you dare venture into your own behalf, a mistress's command. Wear this, spare speech, decline your head. This kiss, if it durst speak, would stretch thy spirits up into the air. Conceive and fare thee well.
Your ranks of death.
My most dear Gloucester, oh, the difference of man and man. To thee a woman's services are due, my fool usurps my body. Here comes my lord. I have been worth the whistle.
Oh, Goneril, you are not worth the dust which the rude wind blows in your face. I fear your disposition that nature which comes and contemns its origin cannot be brought in certain in itself. She that herself was silver and is branch, from her material sap performs must wither and come to deadly use.
Milk-livered man, that bearest a cheek for blows, a head for wrongs, who hast not in thy brows an eye discerning thine honor from thy suffering.
Wisdom and goodness to the vile seem vile. Still favor but themselves, but which you have done, tigers not daughters. What have you performed? A father and a gracious aged man, whose reverence of the head lugged bare would lick most barbarous, most degenerate you have matted.
Oh, vain fool!
See thyself, devil, proper deformity shows not in the fame, so horrid is a woman. Thou change the self-covered thing for shame, be monstrous not thy feature. Were my fitness to let these hands obey my blood, they are apt enough to dislocate and tear thy flesh and bones. How thou art a fiend, a woman's shape doth shield thee.
You don't say something?
No, I don't know where y'all are getting all these extra lines
Marry
from.
your
You
manhood
did.
new! Marry your manhood new!
What news?
Oh, good lord of Duke of Cornwall, he is dead, slain by a servant, going to put down the other eye of Gloucester.
Gloucester's eyes?
A servant that his bread thrilled remorse, opposed against the act, bending his sword to the great master, who threat and rage flew on him amongst and fell him dead, but not without harm stroke since, hath plucked him after.
This shows you are above your injustices, that those are neither crimes, so speedily condemned. But oh, poor Gloucester, lost his eyes, lost his other eye?
Both, my lord. This letter, madam, craves a speedy answer. 'Tis from your sister.
One way I like this well, but being widow and my Gloucester with her, may all the building in my fancy pluck upon my hateful life. Another way, the news is not so tart. I'll read an answer.
Where was his son when they did take his eyes?
Come, my lady, hither.
He is not here.
No, my good lord, I met him back again.
Knows he the wickedness?
Aye, my good lord, 'twas informed me him quint house on purpose of their punishment, might their freer course.
Gloucester, I live to thank thee for the love that shows the king, and to revenge thine eyes. Come hither, friend, tell me what you know most.
Follow me.